Hey, let's go ahead and get started with a love reading for the collective. Spirit, please show me what are the most important messages. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Spirit, please show me the collective. What do we got here for the collective? What are the most important messages? Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Of course they are. It's Mercury retrograde, don't you know? Spirit, please show me what messages do we have for the collective? What is the most important love messages? True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. You guys, we've got free yourself in the reverse. We've got unrequited love. It kind of showed up on its side, almost in the reverse. What else do we got here? New love. And what else? Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Overall energy, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring the two of you together. Of course. How many of you have sat around and hoping and wishing and praying that someone from the past would return? And then all of a sudden a Mercury retrograde comes around and boom, there they are. Not only that, we just had a South Node eclipse in Libra, which is also about relationships. So I'm actually not surprised that someone from the past is returning. Okay, you probably called this person in. You guys have some type of unfinished business. You thought in the past that this was a true love, true soul connection. Okay. For some of you, you could have had children with this person. Be careful that this person, some of you, this person has they're workaholic. This is how you're going to know who they are. This person has always been a workaholic. Maybe for some of you, you walked away from them because they had some type of an addiction. Whether that was working all the time, they didn't have time to spend with you. They could never take the time off to even go on a little vacation with you. Just even out of the town that you're in, just go for a nice drive for the day. I think for some of you, maybe you even work with this person. You could have worked with this person in the past. Because I am getting that too. Yeah, you walked away. You manifested them back in. I feel like this person acts like a child, or maybe you do, or when the two of you guys are together, you guys just act like children. You fight like cats and dogs. I even hear. I almost feel for some of you, you need to spend more time with your children and making memories with your kids than constantly running after some fucked up relationship. Love yourself first. Love your children more, just as much. We spend so much of our lives on our relationships. How much of that time do you really put into your own kids? Doesn't matter if they're adult children. I think a lot of people, they spend more time trying to find a new baby daddy than just spending time with their kids. For me, I taught my kids quality over quantity. I didn't just bring some Tom, Dick, or Harry home to my children. I wasn't always looking for their new daddy. And trust me, my youngest was 2 when I walked away from my ex-husband. My oldest was 8. So I had plenty of time to find them a new daddy if I really found it necessary. But I didn't. You can ask them. In fact, my daughter took me to lunch one time and she tells me, "Mom, I just want to thank you." And I said, for what? She goes, for teaching us quality over quantity. You didn't just bring home some dude, some new guy every time we turn around and said, this is your new father, here's your new daddy. Abso-fucking-lutely not. They had a father. Even though he was a turd, they had a father. A father who worked all the time. Come on, man. I think a lot of people, we spend so much time on relationships. Like, how can we get into our next relationship? Who's it going to be? We can't even come into a friendship with somebody from the opposite sex without wondering if we're going to end up, if they're the one. It's like, how about try going through life with just meeting new souls and just seeing where the connection goes? Why does it always have to be the next prospect? Somebody from the opposite, sex starts talking to you, and all of a sudden it's like, well, is this going to be my forever person? Are we going to end up moving in together? Are we going to end up buying a house together? Are we going to end up... Who gives a fuck? You still got the rest of your life. Are you going to start that tomorrow? Like, come on, man. I feel like that's kind of where we're at with the collective, is everybody's like wanting love so bad that they'll even overlook, like, actually, I'm not really attracted to this, and then when you take a step back, I think what's alluring is the fact that somebody's just giving you attention. So each new person that you come into contact with, well, is that it? Is that them? It's so funny because I remember when my kids were little, I couldn't even tell when somebody was hitting on me. And my kids would be like, Mom, like, they're hitting on you. And I'm like, really? Because that's just not how I operate. I'm more of those, like, just tell me, if you think I'm attractive, tell me, because I'm not going to pick up on those social cues because that's just not how I operate. Whereas there's so many other people that I know that only operate that way. Like, every single person who comes into their existence is like the next possibility, I guess. Oh, is this my true love? Oh, is this my true love? Oh, is that them? Oh. Do you do that? Be honest. Do you do that? Don't lie. Stop doing that. Start making new friends. Just start enjoying your life. When you start doing all of those things, all of a sudden, like, the people who are supposed to be in your life will just magically manifest into your existence. What do we got, Spirit? Yeah, boundaries. Having sensible boundaries is important. What else do we got for the collective? Intense. Yep. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows. We need to set boundaries from these, like, the intensity of relationships even. Yeah, we got Cupid. Love is in the air when Cupid is around. Labyrinth. Even when you feel lost, there is always a way through the labyrinth. We feel lost sometimes when it comes to coming into union because we don't know where to go. We don't know how to do it. Well, how we do it is to stop, just put it out there to the universe and get back to fucking work. Stop being so overly codependent on, I gotta have a love. Is that my new love? Oh my God, it's gotta be my new love. And then all of a sudden you get disappointed because it's not your fucking new love. Yeah, and look at her. She's codependent on new love. I need love. I need love now. When is it gonna come in? This is desperation. I see desperate. That's why you'd be the type of person that would be, like I always say, Mercury retrograde comes back to bring your exes back to see if you're still stupid. That's desperation. Where you already remember, why they walked away. You know how they walked away. But yet you'll go back just to have somebody by your side instead of just being single. beautiful just being on the journey. But no, you can't handle freedom. You can't handle, because it's boring. So you'd rather be in a relationship that brings like all this intensity and, oh God, does he like me? Does he not like me? You guys fight like children. You guys fighting and arguing. Or what is it? Those fucking and fighting, right? You guys got that fucking and fighting in here. I definitely see that here. Definitely see that here. But a lot of the time we come back into these unions because, like, well, you haven't learned your lesson. You haven't set those boundaries yet with this person. Like, don't ever fucking call me again. You know what I love about Mercury retrograde for myself? None of my exes contact me. Not my ex-husband. I've been divorced for 21 years. He doesn't call me. We don't talk. I've dated multiple men since then. Nobody contacts me. I don't have to worry about coming into union with somebody and having an ex drop in. I just don't, which is the most amazing way to be. Can you say the same thing? Or maybe you're the ex dropping in on one of your exes. Hey, I was thinking about you. Of course you were. Mercury's in retrograde. It's nostalgic energy. Plus we got the South Node eclipse in Libra. Nostalgia at its finest. Yeah, that's usually when you're like, oh, I can't handle it. Like, I really need to reach out to this person. I wouldn't suggest that. Then you're going to have to start all over. I mean, at least then, you'll be halfway through this labyrinth of bullshit and lies that you keep telling yourself. But I really wouldn't suggest it. Maybe for some of you, you didn't even get along with their kids. Or maybe for others of you, you had an intense connection to their kids. Maybe you still, in it for the children. But again, there's this boundaries here. If somebody does come back, you need to set boundaries. Just watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. But I think some of you are calling in from someone from the past. I think you guys are calling in someone that has already had an opportunity to hurt you. I think you're going to forget why you guys broke up in the first place, but then Mercury's going to go direct. And then you're going to remember, shit, I fell for that one. And I love it because people will always try to bypass the astrology, like whatever piece. He loves me or she loves me and I'm going to do it. And then they call back later and they're like, fuck. I wish I would have listened. Well, you just, there are no mistakes. There are only lessons, And sometimes we just need to relearn the same lesson over and over and over again, Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing more to say about this. Be careful of who comes back. Maybe you thought this person was your true love, but I don't know, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Whoever it is that I'm tapped into, I don't feel like it. Listen, you guys, this is also, get a personal reading. We can only do so much here on social media and, with these general readings. It might not apply to you. Maybe this person is the best person in the fucking world. So take what resonates, discard the rest. You guys, I am also starting a Patreon. So if you guys have not had an opportunity to go and follow me over there, I think honestly, I'm going to go over there and start membership. So I'm going to start doing more of my content. I might only post here like a couple days a week, if that. But I think, I have a business to run too. And I do have bills to pay, just like the rest of us. And unfortunately with YouTube, they are really squeezing us out. So they don't want our content out there. And they are doing everything they can to kind of squash the spiritual community. So a lot of us are being forced off of this platform. So if you do want to support my channel, I would really appreciate it if you guys went over to Patreon and, purchased a membership. It's a couple dollars a month. And honestly, you guys spend that in Starbucks every freaking day, for some of you. And, the least you guys can do is support our channels and help our businesses when you're helping Starbucks and their stock prices go through the roof, So, think about that. You guys, I'm going to leave that here. Please check me out over on Patreon. I would really appreciate the follow and the membership. I'm going to start doing videos over there, and I'm just going to start working on my following. I kind of don't have much of a choice anymore. They are censoring us. They're not letting us into the algorithm as much as they used to. And they're even doing it on Instagram. So anyway, I do hope you guys will support my channel and follow me there. In the meantime, like I said, until I start getting some traction and stuff, I'll keep doing a few videos here and there on here. But it's getting to a place where, if I want my business to continue, I'm going to have to take it to that other platform. And if you guys want to support me, you guys get the same kind of content there as you would here, except for now it'll cost you a couple more dollars. Anyway, love you all so much. Take care.